If you are an engineer who hates doing public speaking or presentation or sales pitches, listen up. I've got some good news for you. I have worked with so many engineers who dread doing public speaking or presentations or sales pitches because they've told themselves, I'm not a storyteller. Well, here is why they're wrong, and here's what you can do if you also think that you don't do story. Many years ago, when I was first starting out as a storytelling consultant, I had a gig working in Estonia. Now, Estonia is a fantastic country, but the people of Estonia have a bit of a reputation for being quite reserved. They're not, if you like, they're the opposite of the Italians. Yeah, they're quite reserved, quite quiet. And I was talking to them about the importance of adding emotion to stories when you're talking about your work. In the coffee break, this guy came up to me, and he's a really big guy. And he came up to me and he said, Steve, I thank you for coming. I understand what you're trying to tell us, but I'm an engineer and I'm Estonian. We don't do emotions. And I said, oh, okay. Tell me about a time when one of your machines broke down. And he went, oh, it was terrible. And he told me this story about getting a call in the middle of the night because an electricity substation he'd installed in Norway had collapsed into the ground, and thinking, oh my God, what's happened? And dashing to the site and investigating, and then realizing that it actually wasn't his fault. The foundations that the client had put in had failed. And the relief he felt when he realized he could fix it, but it wasn't his fault. That was, okay, that was an emotional roller coaster of, oh, this is terrible. But actually the relief of sorting the problem out was fantastic. And I said, you've just told me a story that's an emotional roller coaster. And he went, oh yeah. It's almost like he was saying to me, is that it? Is that what storytelling is? Well, actually, that's a big part of what storytelling is. It's about a sequence of events that provoke strong emotions, negative and positive. So there's a little trick you can do here. If, like my Estonian engineer, you're thinking, I don't do stories. Well, I tell you what, there's a story, an absolute guaranteed story that all engineers can tell is about the moment the thing they were working on broke. And if you've never worked on anything that's broken, I'm sorry, you're not an engineer. Okay, so there's a moment in time where the thing you think is going to work breaks. It doesn't work. And the first feeling you get is, oh, wow, didn't see that coming. Whoa, that's really either scary or frustrating but you feel it as an emotion because you were expecting something to work this way and it didn't, and it went that way. And now you're reacting in frustration, embarrassment, curiosity. Okay, those are emotions. And yes, engineers feel those emotions. But by and large, there are kind of two things that cause that reaction in us. There's two things that break down. Sometimes it's stupid bloody things, like machines, code, technology that breaks, and it causes puzzlement and frustration and anger and curiosity. Sometimes it's stupid bloody people that don't do what you think they should do, and that also causes us an emotional reaction. Either way, that emotional reaction to something you weren't expecting, that's the heart of the story. So you can remember, because memory and emotion are very closely linked, you will remember those moments when, okay. You remember those moments. Take us back. Where were you? What did you think was going to happen? What actually happened? What did you learn as a result? How did you fix it? And now, guess what? You're older and wiser, and you can pass that knowledge on to us. And we're sitting here going, wow, this guy knows his stuff. Wow, she knows what she's talking about. Because that's what stories do. They allow you to pass knowledge and wisdom and trust. Yeah, you convey those things in story. They don't live in your CV. They don't live in your project plan. Yeah, they live in the stories you tell about how you deal with stuff you weren't expecting. So, To all the engineers I've ever worked with, thank you, thank you, thank you for giving me so many great stories about stuff going wrong that you fix. And to all the engineers I haven't worked with yet, you're listening right now, you can do the same. Find the moment in time where things go wrong. How did you feel? How did you fix it? There's your story. Build one of those into a sales pitch, and you are building up your credentials as the kind of expert we can trust. And if you can do that, the sale becomes easy because we want to do business with people we can trust. And the thing that's holding us back from doing business is, I don't know you, I don't know if I can trust you. What if this goes wrong? What if you're over-promising and you under-deliver? Okay, the only way of getting over that barrier is to reassure people they can trust you. And you'll do that with a story. So that is a big part of what we do in Stories That Sell. It's about finding authentic stories, your experience, your wisdom, why we can trust you, finding those stories, telling them in a way that creates a connection with the person you're talking to. So listen, if you are an engineer, this is a system. This is a set of tools that you can use to solve a problem. And engineers like doing that. So you'll like doing this. Anyway, click on the link. You'll find out more about Stories That Sell. And hopefully, engineers, I'll see you on the course.